Windows and Active Directory, was that a good thing or bad thing, or where do you stand with that? How did that change the landscape?
So uh, it's a it's a good thing because, and this is, and you'll understand this. There's always that tension between productivity tools and a security mindset. Tools that are built for productivity, well, they're really good at productivity, but oftentimes they open the door to a lot of threats. So Active Directory, obviously, from a productivity standpoint, it's the world we live in, and we have to deal with it, and it drives a lot of value in the IT industry. However, it's also, even today, it's a source of a lot of security threats. So basically, individuals who have a legacy AD deployment, they just fundamentally, on how their systems are laid out and how those systems are joined,
Yep.
have a lot of native threats. If someone, and we can talk about this, not only getting your credentials, or they use info stealers to drop on the systems, but if you get on those systems, stopping lateral movement in those legacy systems becomes really hard, because there's a lot of legacy things that were done that haven't been cleaned up yet.
What is your advice to an organization in that position?
Yeah, and it's going to be my advice across the board is what you're going to see today is there's going to be all kinds of flashy AI stuff and all kinds of other types of attacks that everybody's super excited about defending against. And we need to address those, and we can't talk about those today. But fundamentally, it's all about security architecture. At the end of the day, and this comes from my engineering principles, when you have a large engineering solution, what you need to do is you need to find out what systems or what parts of the system, particularly from a security architecture, you can move from detection and operational control to prevention. So my advice to everybody in those ecosystems is you really need to take your legacy systems seriously. Don't get distracted by the fancy new stuff. We'll talk about that. But you really have to have an architectural vision that moves systems from detection to prevention. That's the only way you're going to be able to maintain this changing, or stay sane in this new threat landscape, because it's threat.
And that is probably one of the most difficult roles, if not the most difficult roles, is finding a fantastic security architect
Yes.
that can
Well,
actually understand, because they need to understand the business. They must understand the business.